Well, hello and welcome back to Joellen's Kitchen. Today we're going to make donuts. Some people call them nuts. But first I'd like to show you some of the old utensils that I have. I don't really use them, but they're kind of fond memories. This is a sifter for anyone who has not seen one before. It's got screening on the bottom. You can kind of see through it. Maybe close up you can see the screening more. But what happens is you put your flour inside and then you turn this and it does what it's called sifting as it comes out the bottom. But the flour is so refined today, I haven't sifted flour, I can't tell you the last time. So this is an old salt shaker, an old aluminum salt shaker. And this piece is like a ladle with holes in the bottom so you could scoop things out and drain them. We might even use it for our donuts, we'll see. And this one is a unique little piece that I picked up somewhere. It has hex signs on it. This first one right here is for fertility, and this next one is for love. Then we come around to the bird, which is called a distal think. And the next one is good luck. And the last one on here, we might need this summer because we're going to have a drought. That's to ask the Lord for rain. So I just thought it'd be kind of fun to share that cup and also some of the hex signs that were on it. But to our donuts. I've pre-measured 2 cups of white flour. We need 1/2 teaspoon of the baking soda. We need 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and for some reason I always just measure salt with my hand. I just kind of have a feel for that. 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. And we're just going to blend that together. Those are the dry ingredients, if I didn't forget anything. Mostly dry ingredients. And now we're going to set that aside for just a minute. And what I did was pre-measure 1/3 of a cup of sugar. And to that we're going to add shortening. Now, I do like these Crisco bars. They come like the butter with measurements on, so you can get tablespoons at a time. And I want 2 tablespoons, which I've already cut, of the shortening, or Crisco in this case. I'm going to put that in with my sugar. We need 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 egg. We're going to mix these ingredients together really good. I'm just going to use a fork. My whisk I don't think will do quite as well, so I can get them into a creamy mixture. That looks pretty good. Then I'm going to take this creamy mixture and I'm going to pour it into the center of my flour. And we're also going to add 1/3 of a cup of milk. Now, as you know, I like to use PA preferred milk, and this is from our local Swiss Premium Dairy. And I have 1/3 of a cup of milk I'm going to add to the flour mixture, and we'll just keep mixing it here until we get a dough-like consistency. Get in there with our hands and knead it a little bit. Okay, The next thing we want to do is get out some saran wrap, and then we're going to roll this into like a log almost, and in the saran wrap, and then refrigerate it for about 2 hours so that the moisture gets throughout, A, and B, it sets up enough that we can roll it out. Okay, I've had my dough in the refrigerator for several hours actually. We're going to unwrap it and break off a piece. I'm going to take maybe 1/4 of it, not too much. And we're going to work this a little bit into kneading it into a little bit of a ball that can be rolled out. There we go. I feel it going now. All right, we're going to put it between 2 pieces of wax paper, which I have already ripped. Flatten it down. And we want to make sure that it goes down to about 1/4 of an inch. There we go. And then we simply want to peel off the top piece. And we're going to look for a small juice glass or something about 2 inches across. I found this old-fashioned little juice glass. This should be perfect. And you may want to dip it into flour so if the dough sticks up in there, you can pop it out a little easier. Well, there's always a way. So we're going to end up with these nice little circles to make donuts. Just like that. And we're going to go put these, well, maybe we'll make 4 more because these are pretty small. I'm going to break off another piece of dough from our log. Squish it together a little bit. Make sure it's ready to be rolled out. It actually feels pretty good now. Squish it down. Put on the wax paper. And roll it down to about 1/4 of an inch thick. That's pretty good. Make sure we have flour on the rim of our cup. And we're going to cut some more donuts. Okay, I've had this heating up while we were rolling out the dough. Oh yes, it's sizzling quite nicely. It's sizzling in there in the hot oil. We're going to let them puff up and get brown on one side. And then I have my old-fashioned wooden slotted spoon, and we're going to flip them over to the other side. You can see how nice and lightly brown they're getting already. Let's just try flipping one. Perfect. 2, 3. And so in almost no time they are done, and we can pull them out. So let me get my tongs. Take out our doughnuts. And let the grease dry off. Here you can see the donuts come out to let the grease drain off. There we go. Then we're back to rolling and putting them in the hot oil, and then we're going to show you how to dip them in the sugar. Here I have both powdered sugar and granulated sugar, and we're simply going to drop our donuts into each one and flip them around and get them coated. I'll do half and half because I don't know who likes what kind. And these will be some nice fresh donuts, homemade, for my friends. I'm going to have to try one. Definitely Pennsylvania Dutch.